What's good, YouTube? Welcome back. We have a wonderful one from the Conservative Twins featuring Nick Dadgum Fuentes. Buckle up because here we go.
It's a shame. I really do believe. Look, I think black people are not irredeemable.
Oh, and I think he says the F word, so just keep that in mind.
But there just needs to be brutal honesty. It's like, look, these black people are really struggling, and they're turning into these maniacs. It seems like they don't do anything right. They're obnoxious, they're rude, they're inconsiderate.
I will say, out of 100 black people that I interact with, about 90 are extremely rude and racist. So about one in 10 are not. And I mean, it's coming from a good place. I love them. I just don't understand why they have to hate so much. It must be miserable hating people so often, Ugh. I want them to have peace.
Cruel, and look, nobody hates black people for being black.
That's just like not a thing.
I think
yeah,
that's exceedingly rare. And I don't consider
I've never seen it, even in the white community.
The reason that people have negative attitudes about black people is because most people's interactions with black people are negative.
That's right. And that's true for me, too.
Most people's interactions with black people is when you're stuck in traffic and you see a Nissan Altima speeding down the shoulder. And you say, what the f***? You're not supposed to do that.
What the heck was that, bro?
It would just be another lane, and, not everybody can do that.
Real talk. I was on the road today for about 6 hours, and I saw about 30 black people doing exactly what he just described, except for instead of going in the shoulder at 30 miles an hour, they were going like 70. So, I mean, it was like they came so fast, it would like blow wind past your car. It was scary. I almost got hit like 6 times today. And yes,
like
they were black. I checked.
For decorum, they think the rules don't apply to them. They have no respect for society. Like that's their interaction. Is
Look
they
at him
are
laughing.
a waiter, and they wait on a black table, and the black people don't tip, and they're fucking rude.
Yep.
Like that's most people's interactions. It's stuff like that.
That's definitely mine.
DMV,
yeah.
And they see a black person behind the counter, and they say, "Oh, here we go," and the person's rude.
Yep. It's like every time I go into Walmart, man, like there's these 3 black ladies that I see them all the time. They know who I am. They know I come in there. They know I shop the clearance aisle. They know I'm after clothes, but they always like talk to me like I'm trying to steal something. And I've never done anything. I've tried to be personable with them. I've tried to talk with them. I've tried to say, "Hey, could you help me get this scanned or whatever?" It doesn't have a tag. And like all of a sudden they think I'm trying to steal it because I asked them to come help me check it out. It didn't have a tag. I could just walk out with it. But like, we want to do things right. It's just these 3 ladies, like, my goodness, they must be so miserable because how I'm always smiling. I'm so nice. And they like follow me around and give me the stink eye. And they're like, "Okay, what are you up to?" Like I'm like the white man's evil or something. But they know I come in there and they know I always check out at the same place at the same time. So,
This goes to show people are not racist.
I mean, what I'm going back towards is it's extremely rude for them to do that. That's all I'm saying.
It goes to show people don't like people that are rude.
Boom.
People don't. It's unpleasant. People want to be treated with consideration and respect.
And if you tell a black person like, "Hey, that's rude," they'll say, "You're not going to talk to me that way," or they'll get in your face and start cussing you out and calling you racist. Like when black people don't get their way, the first thing they do is say, "It's because I'm black," or they pull the race card. And it's like, look, if we gave them a taste of their own medicine, like they would not like it at all. I mean, it would end in violence every single time. So like, if we said, "Hey, is it because I'm white? Do you hate white people? Do I need to put you down because you hate white people?" I mean, if we flipped the script on them and we were as violent as they were, I mean, honestly, as much as they're killing each other, I mean, their population may be halved or less. Because, I mean, the most dangerous thing right now to a black person is a black person. The most dangerous thing to a black baby is a black mama. It's like they're killing themselves, and we've got to stop it. Well, they have to stop it. I can't make them stop it. But if the script was flipped and we started killing, black folks, which we never will. It's not going to be a thing. But I'm saying if we did, in an extreme circumstance, decide that we were going to retaliate against racism with racism, If they're calling me racist, by golly, I'll be racist then. I'll show you what it looks like. That kind of mentality. If we actually did that, oh my goodness, the amount of bloodshed there would be, America would be a completely different place, and we don't need to go down that rabbit hole. So it's like trying to deal with black people is essentially like trying to figure out how to be politically correct, but not be a pushover and not let them pull the race card, but hold them accountable. Because when you hold black people accountable, a lot of times they're like, it's because I'm black. They automatically pull the race card. And it's like, no, we should be able to hold you accountable for being a POS, a piece of crap, if you know what I mean. We should hold you accountable when you hit someone. You should, whatever force is necessary to knock you out, to get you to the ground and to get you to jail, that's fine. If a black person pulls a knife, we need the right to shoot and kill. We don't even need to hesitate. When a black person is like trying to kill someone else or domestic abuse or any of that, and they're violent, like there needs to be a warning, like, hey, you better stop or we will use deadly force. And if they don't stop, you gun them, you get rid of them. And it's the same with white people. We don't need to have special rules for black people, because essentially what you're doing is you're saying black people are handicapped. They're not as intelligent. They're not as they don't have good homes. They're all poor. They're all impoverished. And that's not what we're saying. I don't believe black people are that way at all. I believe it's a culture thing and it's a choice. The same way I have a choice to wake up and do the right thing, they have a choice to believe and live in the culture and die by the culture. When you say, oh, well, black people can't help it because of poverty, look, white people are in poverty. They don't commit these crimes. You see what I'm saying? I mean, they need to be held to the same standard. And if the rules are not followed, we should use swift and decisive, overwhelming force to put them in their place. And this goes for all groups of people. Crime needs to be met with extreme and harsh punishment. That's the only way you stop it. And so I think if we held black people accountable, I mean, honestly, there may be so little on the streets that America would be a completely different place. Most all of them be in prison if we held them accountable and we didn't baby them. I'm serious. And I know it sounds ugly, but it's the truth. It's the truth.
And it is true that black people are, in this day and age, unfortunately, seem to have low moral character.
Yeah.
It's not even just
no
the
morals.
violence, although the violence is pretty striking. If you live your life and you know
Scared to
that
death
you're
of
going to
them.
be mugged by black people, it kind of colors your opinion or perception of black people.
Stereotypes are earned, not given.
99% of the carjackings and stabbings and shootings that you see in Chicago are by black people, when you're walking down the street late at night, guess what you're looking for?
Black people. Yep, because they're coming for you. They're coming, bro. They're going to find you.
Man, you hit the nail on the head, man. Yeah, we got a show for y'all. Got a damn good show. Before we get to today's video, want to tell you about my new giveaway.
I don't care about your giveaway.
King Ranch and Camper. Well, he's very intelligent. Mm-hmm. He's articulate. Genuine. Very blunt, too.
Yep. A lot of people on the right absolutely hate Fuentes. He's seen kind of like a counter-Republican, like an anti-Republican. But he's not Democrat in any sense of the form either. The people on the right absolutely hate him. Shapiro and all those guys, they can't stand him. I kind of like him because he makes sense. Like when he talks, there's no color or racism in his voice. There's no, everything he's saying is kind of factual. It's kind of based on facts. And it's kind of, when it's anecdotal, he says, this is why I believe what I believe. And it's like, oh, yeah, that absolutely makes sense. So I like him. I really do.
He's saying,
yeah.
Me and my brother, we figured it out when we was 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like going to the black side of town. I like staying over
it's scary.
on the white side of town. Yeah. Because I had bad experiences when I went over there.
Yeah. Actually, the majority of my black friends I had growing up in high school, eventually they tried to kill me.
Yeah.
Well,
I had a black friend pull a gun on me.
Well, our first gun was put on us when we was 10, 11 years old.
It's a member of the basketball team.
Yeah, we was on the basketball team together. We was going in for basketball practice.
I had knives.
Guess what color they were?
People threatened to kill me. That was like...
In my job I've had probably about 40 people threaten to kill me because I didn't give them what they wanted. They want me to do illegal stuff, and I'm like, look, I cannot do that. And they get fussy, and they're like, you want me to pop the trunk on you? I'll get my husband. I'll pop the trunk on you. And then they pull a gun, and I'm like, look, I'll give you what you want for right now, but I'm not signing off on it. And as soon as I leave, I'm calling the police. And, I thought that in my head. I didn't say it out loud. So you just give them what they want, and then they drop the gun. And then you leave and you call the police. They go to jail. Boom. I've had it happen 40 times. Literally, I've counted 40.
And that wasn't
And
just
they're all
I mean,
black.
I'm
All
not
of them.
talking about
Every single
isolated
one.
events. This is like the usual thing, the usual behavior I got from black friends, black people in my high school, black people I went to school with. This is the experiences we had before we even graduated from high school.
Ain't
I
that
was scared
something?
to grow up. I'm black, and I'm scared to be around black folks. I
Yeah.
figured that out. When I was like 13, 14, I didn't want to be around them.
Yeah.
Let me finish.
There's no peace. It's chaos.
Shootings that you see in Chicago are by black people. When you're walking down the street late at night, guess what you're looking for? Black people. And you equate that with danger.
Hey, Kevin, you be walking down the street, you said black people.
Where I'm from, you actually do that.
He just crossed the street. He's going to rob us.
And the black people do it too, by the way.
I can't see him.
They're scared too.
There's his eyes. You can see his eyes moving.
You never know if they're crazy or not. Like, you just can't
and it
tell.
doesn't take a lot of them to spoil the whole bunch like that. And we just want.
But see, it's not that it's a few of them that are spoiling the bunch. It's 95, 99% kind of deal. In fact, it's so rare to find black people that act normal, that aren't completely violent and, pathetic and just, give me what I want or I'll kill you. Like, it's not normal. It's not normal. And I would love to say that, it's just a few bad ones that give them a bad name. No, it's most all of them. It really is. Now, I'm sure there's going to be some that watch this video. Thank you for watching, by the way. But the reality is you would be in the super minority. Like, you wouldn't even be in the 1%. If you're a black person, you've never committed a crime, you would be in the less than 1%. You'd be in the 0.01%, actually. It's not normal. It's not normal. And that's the problem. That's the problem. It's not a few. It's most all. And that's what's scary.
And say, look, I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. It just seems that every time I encounter you people, for the most part, it's negative. And
it's like if you go to the store and there's a white person at the counter and they always spit on you when you check out, eventually you're just going to hate white people because you think they all spit on you. And it's going to color your opinion a little bit. It doesn't matter what color they are. Let's say you go to a gas station and there's an Indian guy, right? And every time you give him cash for gas, he always takes $5 and then he says, "Thank you, come again." And then you're like, "Can I have my $5?" He's like, "Thank you, come again." And you ask him again, he's like, "Thank you, come again." He doesn't, he's like, "Screw off. That's my money now. I'm not giving you money." So you're like, Indians are all, a lot of Indians are very cheap. They steal money. They're petty, It would color your opinion regardless. It's not just a black thing. This is for everyone,
sometimes extremely negative, like I could get a gun in my face.
I've had 40 guns in my face.
That's a problem. And people go, well, you are just loaded up with hatred and racism. It's like, I'm really not. I'm a really friendly person.
Still here, brother.
I'm a really polite, friendly person. I give everybody a chance.
Me too.
But if I'm someplace and I see some black person walking in with their pants sagging and they're
zero respect,
can't articulate what their problem is or what they need, and they're rude and they're aggressive, and I'm in fear for my life, I have a problem with all of that.
Like, you're scared to tell them no, because they'll kill you.
These black people go, well, you're racist, you're racist. It's like...
That's right. You don't give them what they want, they claim you're racist.
No,
That's
I
right.
just hate inconsiderate behavior.
Yeah, I hate dumb people.
Like,
I hate
people don't like white
evildoers.
Telling them this. Mm-hmm. But when black people like us come out and say the same thing, we're sellouts.
I hate rude people.
Mm-hmm. We want to be white. Yeah.
Yeah, they say that black people call them tokens. They say you're just a token. And it's like, look, you can't win. You can't win. Like, just be a decent person. If you're being a decent person, you know what black people call you? Token, sellout. And that's exactly what he just said.
The thing about black folks and black culture,
it's wrong. It's wrong.
Own people accountable. Like if you see
Neither
an
does the
Asian person,
government, by the way.
Japanese, whether they're Chinese, Japanese, Korean, behaving like this person is
In
blackballed.
jail.
He is out.
Quick.
He's an
Yep.
outcast
Yep.
in that culture, in that family. And black in
They'll get
our
rid of him.
culture, it's embraced. It's embraced. We celebrate them. Yeah, we make movies about pimps. We make movies about drug dealers.
It's so sad.
We think that stuff is cool. Yeah, George Floyd is a perfect example. Yeah, perfect example. We embrace that. Yeah.
Terrible.
That's what's wrong with our community. Built statues. I mean, it was unfortunate what happened to him, but everything that happened to George Floyd was totally preventable. It's self-inflicted.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like you can have an unhealthy life eating horrible food. You go in for heart surgery. The doctor makes a mistake. Can you really blame the doctor? You put yourself in that position. Of course, the doctor's gonna make mistakes. Police officers gonna make mistakes. You got to hold yourself accountable. You got to do better. You can prevent all these things. Just an ounce of prevention.
That's why I say, like, Charlie Kirk mentioned this best, and a lot of people hate him, but listen, this is some wisdom. If you're a drug dealer, don't have drugs in your car, because guess what happens if a cop pulls you over and he searches your vehicle? If he finds them, you're going to jail. Period. It's not because you're black. It just happens that majority of black people sell drugs and have weed in the car or coke or meth. It's a normal thing. I had a friend who's a cop. He's actually 30 years old. He actually had to get out. He was one of the head. I mean, he wasn't a head. He was like one of the upper narcotics officers, and he would bust people left and right. He could tell by the way that they were driving and how they had their hands on the wheel. He could tell by their facial expressions. He said he would get guys going down the highway wearing a suit, and only the top part is a suit, and the rest down below was sagging, basketball breeches and stuff like that. He said he busted, like, in his career, he busted like over $10 million in drugs in just a few years. Like it was just a few years. I mean, he did it for like 3 or 4 years, and then some of the drug dealers were like putting hits out on him in jail. And so he had to like relocate and change his name, and he had to basically go off the grid. But he's one of my good friends, and he's told me some stories you wouldn't even believe. Maybe we'll get to it another time. But if you're a drug dealer, don't be an idiot. It's preventable. If you want to get away with it, don't drive 80 miles an hour in the 50 with drugs. If you've got drugs in your vehicle, drive the speed limit. Be cautious. Use your blinker. Don't give the cops any reason. I mean, this isn't new. And if you didn't know that, you're literally stupid. You're an unintelligent human being. Like, if you don't want to get caught, don't do things to get caught. Don't be stupid. Come on, guys.
It was a long way. Yeah.
I go on rants. I'm sorry.
If super well behaved, we would be racist in the other direction. We'd say black people, oh yes, dude, yes. My day is about to turn around for the better. What can I help you with, sir? Please come right on in. Man, what
we love. They make the best customers. They make the best students. Yeah, we love them.
If black people are known for being the best,
then we would be racist in the right way.
We would be racist in the other direction. Oh, finally.
Finally, a black person. Can't wait. Been waiting all day.
So yeah, that really bothers me. It just bothers me in this damn ass city, because that's all it is in Chicago, is just these black people.
It's worse than Mississippi, brother. Let me tell you, it's way worse.
Can never take accountability. It's always somebody else's fault.
You haven't seen the half of it, brother.
That's amazing.
Chicago is bad though.
But
Chicago is bad, but it's nowhere near as bad as Mississippi.
Man. Yeah, but that's not only true for Chicago. That's through the entire United States. Yeah, that's true for every inner city.
Yep.
It's the same thing. Mm-hmm. And when you call it out, if you're white, they call you racist. If you're black, you're a sellout.
I've been called racist so many times because I tell black people what I think. They ask me what I think, and I tell them. And I'm as polite as I can be. And I say, look, I have to preface it. Look, I'm not racist, which is when you say you're not racist, you're acknowledging that the other person is racist, which they are. If you have to preface it to someone, then you're acknowledging that they're a racist, and they know they are. They'll just pretend like they're not. They'll call you the racist. But anyway, I've had guns pointed in my face because I didn't give black people what they wanted, and I've gotten all of the worst of black people except for some people say, oh, I've only had a few bad interactions. I've had tens of thousands of bad interactions, to be honest. The type of work I do, I'm going in people's homes all the time, every day. You know, if you can imagine a day goes by, I go in 13, 14 homes. A majority, 99% of them are black. Yeah. I mean, it's just the area we work in. It's a normal thing. But you get to see trends and all that stuff, and there is definitely a problem here. We should be able, here's the problem. Here's what black people don't understand. And I say it because I know them very well. I do. I know their culture. Um, the reality is, if we cannot sit down and just talk, if you can't say what's on your mind without offending someone, if you're one of those people that hears something you don't like and then you automatically shut someone off, shame on you. You are a low IQ individual and you do not deserve peace in your life. I'm just going to tell you that. If you can't rationalize your position, if you can't hear things you don't like and rationalize it, if you can't have a conversation with someone who has a different view than you, then you are what we call a Nazi. You are what we call a fascist, a silencing of opposition politically. I mean, that's basically what fascism is. That's what communism is. Do what I say. Do what the government says or die. I control everything you do. I control all your rights. You have no peace, no power. Everything you are comes from me. And I can pull the plug immediately. That's what these people are. That's what black people are. Do or die. Do what I want, or I'll cause a scene. I'll kill. I'll threaten. I'll steal. Whatever I want to do, I'm going to do. They're lawless, godless. A lot of them are. Not all, because we're completely not racist. But we need to be able to say that. Like, why can't we say that black people have the lowest test scores? Because it is true. By far. Not by a little bit either. By far. In every school district everywhere. Predominantly black schools have the lowest test scores anywhere in America, period. That there's no debating that. There's not a debate there. Done. That's it. It is what it is. It's like black people have the highest crime per population. 13, 14% of the population committing 55, 60% of all the most violent crimes, including murder, armed robbery, sexual assault, battery, domestic abuse. Why is that? Violent crimes. Why is that? Why can't we sit down and talk about it? What's the issue? And you try and help them. You say, hey, I see some things going on in your life and I want to help you. I want you to know peace, but the way you're living, I think if you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword, like the Bible says. They say, oh, you racist. You're racist. You hate black people. No, it's not it at all. And you just lose hope talking to them a lot of times. When your experience with 9 out of 10 are bad, like mine, it really colors your opinion, like Nick said. And I don't mean to be that way, but the reality is in the Bible, it does say, be wise as a serpent, be gentle as a dove. What that means is forgive always, but never forget. Forgive because you need to be forgiven. Forgive others so that the Father in heaven may forgive you. After you've done that and said your piece, distance yourself. Be wise. Use discernment. If black people are out here killing people and it's known and everyone knows that black people are dangerous, then you would be stupid and you would be, as the Bible calls, foolish. And the kingdom of heaven you will never see, basically, if you are foolish in your actions and your attitudes and you despise learning and wisdom. Because if you despise wisdom, you'll think there's nothing wrong with the fact that black people are overwhelmingly violent, more so than any race on planet Earth. And if you ignore that fact, it just may get you killed one day. I'm just saying. I'm kind as I can get to black people. I treat them so nice and so much respect because a lot of this stuff is preventable. I go out of my way to be a little bit extra nice and give them the benefit of the doubt. I probably shouldn't do that, but I've avoided a lot of life-costing situations doing that. So using wisdom, that is what I choose to do. I choose to treat them with respect until they lose it. And then after that, you don't want to know what's after that. I just don't want to have anything to do with them. I will make sure that they are never able to do business with us ever again. And I have the power to do that. So it be what it be. But we need to be able to have these conversations. I know we're doing a lot of videos about black people lately. Unfortunately, in my feed, there's nothing but deals with black people stealing EBT. Food stamps run out, they're stealing. There's 100 videos of black people stealing and hurting people and causing crimes and attacking ICE agents. I mean, it's just, there's so much about black people going on right now. And, that's something that we need to talk about. But anyway, if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.